Hi guys, Alistair Taylor here, and it's driver comparison time again. So I've got the Nike Vapor Flex 440. A few days ago I tested this against the TaylorMade M1. If you haven't watched that video, go and watch it now. But the other really popular premium driver from last year, and that was very, very popular with you guys watching driver comparisons, was the TITLEIST 915 D3. So we're going to pit these two drivers against each other, both set at 9.5 stiff shafts. So these are both kind of set up and are the low spinning option for each manufacturer. I've already hit half a dozen shots with each. I'm going to continue to hit the other four on camera, give you guys a little bit of feedback as to feel compared to each other. Done obviously review videos on both, so I'm not going to get too much into the technical stuff. We're down in Blackpool. It is beginning of January. It's very, very cold. So we've got flight scope on normalized mode. So it's taking all the conditions out of play. Should give you a very, very fair comparison between the two drivers. So obviously 915, very, very just classic looking driver. Hugely popular in 2015. And I'm sure will continue so into 2016. I mean, I'm sure you guys will pick up on the sound, very different between the two drivers. So that was a good strike. And even though both of these are premium drivers, I would say there's decent forgiveness with both of these drivers as well. They're not drivers that you necessarily have to hit right out the middle to see the benefit. Fraction towards the toe. Could be a good thing for me that you don't have to flush it out the middle to get your best results with these. So, I mean, I've always, liked what TITLEIST have done with their equipment. They don't really scream and shout about the technology in there, but there's plenty in this driver. Dead straight. And we're going to go one final one with D3. And like I said, I love it when new products are out, and I love testing the products kind of to see if what the manufacturers are claiming is true. And I think in most cases it is true, maybe just not to the extent that they claim. And again, absolutely ripped that. So it is freezing down here. So like I said, we're not going to see any difference in the actual ball flight because it's normalized mode, but we might see a bit of a difference in my performance. I don't think it matters how many balls I hit. I don't think I get fully warmed up when it's like this. Okay, so we'll switch onto the Flex 440. So the 915, for me, is feels really fast off the face. It's quite a loud driver. Obviously, any of you guys that have watched my reviews that I've done with this driver so far will notice it's nothing like the same sound. Oh, that's great, that one. Yeah, it's a much more solid sound, I think, with the Flex 440 for this year. And I think, to be fair, I mean, I've hit 10 pretty solid ones with 915. Little towards the toe, just turning over a touch. Last couple, and then we'll have a look at some numbers, see what both drivers, or see how both drivers perform. It's just dead straight. And one final one. Try and go at this one. 20 shots with driver is a lot of shots with driver for me. And again, just absolutely nailed that. Okay, guys, so I think 10 not absolutely ripped drives. Nothing horror strike, but hopefully I don't hit too many that badly. But a good average over the 10 tee shots with each driver. Let's look at some numbers, and then we'll come back, tell you who comes out on top. Right then, guys, so we can see, I mean, like we're seeing with all the drivers nowadays, incredibly close. So the Nike one's edging it by 4 yards in carry and 2 yards total. Club head speed as an average, probably down a little bit on where I'd normally be, but like I said, it is very, very cold. Interestingly, more ball speed out of the Nike, even though the Titleist one I think sounds quicker off the face. So better ball striking with the Nike one. Spin, I mean, very, very close. Both bottom end in 2000, which is great. Titleist one just launching that little bit higher as well. So, I mean, in theory there, the Titleist one could have gone a bit further if the ball striking had been about the same. But all in all, great numbers with both drivers. They are both fantastic drivers. Right then, guys, so we've had a look at the numbers. And I think I said when I was doing the number review there, I mean, for me now, when all these modern drivers are getting set up correctly for you as an individual, and these are both, if not absolutely perfect for me, incredibly close, you just see amazingly close performances with these drivers. I mean, on this one, I always say it on these, we do have to have a winner. And on this one, the Nike VaporFlex 440 came out on top. 4 yards carry, 2 yards total. So nothing in it. So, I mean, I'm a big believer nowadays that these clubs are, you know, manufactured to such very, very close specs and everything that it ultimately comes down to whatever you get fitted for, you're going to hit well. You know, as long as you can find the middle of the club face, which is going to come into shaft length and then getting the shaft flex right, and then you can get the right head for you with the CG in the right place, you're going to perform great. So I do think it's ultimately then going to come down to, does one of the drivers that you go and get fitted for look and feel better than the other ones? If it does, I definitely think that's the one you're going to end up going for. So guys, like we always say, get down, get fitted for your clubs. Don't buy off the shelf because it doesn't ultimately cost you any more to get on some kit that will tell you actually how it's performing, not how you think it's performing. Right guys, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave any comments down below. Love interacting with you guys. Hopefully see some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.